What up, though? You already know how it goes. Smash, like, subscribe, comment. I don't care what you comment, as long as you comment, you dig. Let me tell y'all this story, man, about me being up there in Marquette, level 5. That's 23 and 1. If you don't know what 23 and 1 mean, that means you're in the room 23 hours a day, and you get to come out for 1 hour. Or if you're in the hole, you get to come out for 1 hour every other day if they cool with you. If you're a person like me, you go to the hole, they don't let me out at all. Every now and then I might get a shower, but usually I'm in that room all day. And if you don't have a strong mind, I seen men with short bits sit in that hole for 4 or 5 months and lose their mind. It's a hard battle, man. But so I'm up there. It's a guy named JG. I'm cool with. I ain't gonna say his full name because he's so emotional. He'll call home, man, why you tell the story? And I mess with him, so I ain't gonna tell his real name. His name JG. JG, this is probably his 3rd time in prison. I think he did like a 1-piece, a 3-piece, then he was back for like 6 years or something like that. Out of Muskegon, I believe. Yeah, he out of Muskegon. JG, a real manipulative person. Like, he articulated himself real well. He got some of the best writing I ever seen in my life. Not just the legibility of the manuscript, but the words he used, the way he pieced it together. When I read some of his stuff that he sent me, some literature, some creed that he made up for his organization that he was starting or wanted to start when he got out, that was some of the coldest stuff I ever seen, man. Put on paper. So anyway, JG about say about 6'4", 6'5", dreadlocks, dark skinned cat, about 140 pounds, 150 pounds. JG put in work, I guess, throughout his bit. From what I hear him wolf about, or talk about. I ain't gonna say woofing, but JG in the hole. It's a bunch of GDs in the hole. It's a lot of drama going on because a lot of GDs was getting recruited, flipped the blood. People wasn't happy with that. And with the GDs, just like the Moorish Americans, it's always a struggle for power at some point in time throughout the year when it's time for election or to put somebody in that number 1 position. They call all the shots. The vice lords don't really have that problem because they got a lot of communication back to the homeland. They got organization and they got structure, from Chicago. So you can't just take a guy's spot without it coming from Chicago or somebody appointing you that. If they say this is his rank, then that's what it is. GDs it's a bit different. They vote people in that spot. It's usually the more aggressive ones that also can articulate themselves well, that people follow behind. But it's always a lobby for power because there's a lot of people like that. You know what I'm saying? And they don't really have connections back home to Chicago, and the organization is broken in some aspects, but it's an organized group. So anyway, JG in a hole, bunch of GDs there. A guy named Went, his last name was like Wentworth. JG, he like, man, he come to the bars. We talk out the bars. You can hear everybody conversation because there's no real way to talk unless you do it on paper. So they was just talking about politics on the yard. JG like, man, I'm tired of, GD's coming to the hole beat up and ain't nobody coming to the hole behind him. Nobody rolled for him. Nobody did nothing for him. He going off about this. Went, he like, and JG just so full of himself and so arrogant, he don't really notice. But I tell him because he my man. So Went like, yeah, bro. Yeah, stuff been happening on the yard, but we ain't doing no divisive stuff. People lobbying for power, so on and so forth. We ain't doing none of that. People getting shot. You feel me? And shot mean hit up, right? Man, ain't nobody lobbying for power over here. You know what I'm saying? We ain't about to have none of that divisive stuff. As soon as we get back out, we gonna get in order, get this thing together. Woo, 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 woo. JG like, yeah, I feel that, bro, but such and such should have did this. He should have did this. He should have did that. Went like, hey, bro. Already we ain't even gotta talk about it, bro. We ain't doing nothing device, so on and so forth. So Went thinking like JG, which he is, he trying to entice people to look at him like the leader so he can get out and run things. The obsession with power is so powerful, man. People put themselves in horrible positions to get it. So basically Went telling him, like, to break it down to you, if you don't get it, Went is saying you being divisive in so many words. You starting drama. You trying to put dirt on other people. Now, before this even happened, JG made comments about a guy named Suge G. Suge G old school GD. He also a Nation of Islam, a part of the Nation of Islam, but he don't rotate with the Nation. He got an X, but he don't rotate with him. He rotate the GD. Suge G, I believe, came down with like 5 to 25. He probably on his 19th year. He should have been out like 14 years ago. No, it's probably 17 years ago now. That was almost 3 years ago. 17 years ago, he should have been out. He a real cool dude, articulate himself well. He about that action. He don't mind going to nobody, police, inmates, none of that. He don't care. Like, he'd be cool with all that, but when it comes to the Nation, the GD Nation, 7-4, 1-4, he ain't playing no roles with nobody. You know what I'm saying? And he don't mind blowing his parole for it. So he in the hole, he ride into the hole. Before he came to the hole, JG made comments like, man, you know how I got Nation of Islam, so on and so forth. Like, how Nation of Islam and GD, woo. So he's saying all this stuff. And then he had that conversation about, you know, I'm tired of this, you know, he preaching all this propaganda, so on and so forth. When I said, bro, anybody come on that yard doing dividing is getting shot. JG don't even notice, like, he's saying this. So I write some words down. I say, bro, I believe basically he was talking about you being divisive, bro. He write the words back like, nah, he ain't talking about me, bro. You know, this, bro, you know, you cool, woo. We gonna go in the yard, get this right. I write him back like, bro, I think he was talking about you, but I'm gonna take your word for it. Make sure you watch yourself. Make sure you do it properly. Make sure you ain't trying to seem divisive, or make sure your actions can't be taken as you being divisive, trying to split things up to take power. Make sure, you know, you on point, bro. But I don't have nothing to do with it. You know, I ain't got nothing to do with it. That's y'all Nation business, so on and so forth. I got enough problems or whatever. And he don't write back. He yelled down there. He like, yeah, bro, you right, bro, but that ain't that, bro. He's like, yeah, you got enough beef, bro. You beef with everybody. You beef with even the Christians. It was a joke because the Christians don't got no rotation, no function, and no mob. So, you know, he like, bro, you beef with everybody. And he was right. I was beefing with everybody. It was just, that's just the way it went. You know what I'm saying? I ain't wanted to be like that, but that's how it ended up being. I had beef with Vice Lords, Cobras, some Bloods. More Americans didn't like me. It was a bunch of stuff going on up there. So anyway, JG continued every other day to put out little stuff like, man, another brother in the hole. Ain't nobody follow up behind him. So somebody, I guess, told Suge G, me and him cool. He don't trust nobody, but he know that I don't have no bid in the game. So he write me some words. He said, did JG say this about me before I wrote in? I'm like, nah, I ain't hear him say it, bro. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Shot the words back, even though he said it, but I ain't want to be involved with him. I'm cool with JG, and even if I wasn't cool with him, I was at a point where I kept being told, shout out Macintosh Ill, which is a Lord. He say, Bird Ill, you got to just mind your business. You in too much stuff, bro. You in too much drama. I ain't never seen nobody come down with a 1 to 4, supposed to been home. You about to go home in a few months, and you risking getting a case every other month, or whenever you get out the hole, like you doing stuff. So he told me to mind my business. So he right. I got to mind my business because some lords was going to blow me up for not minding my business at one point in time before all the other drama popped off. So regardless of all that, I end up getting out the hole. JG end up coming out. The first yard we go on, matter of fact, we all on the front side in the same unit. It's a front and back side. JG said some more similar comments to what he said. Went out there too, a bunch of other GDs, Chrome G up there, everybody up there. So we go outside, walk the yard, JG on the phone, bro, no come shake up with him. As he's shaking up with him, he pull him close, away from the phone. Now it's back off the wall, and the guy from the other phone on the side of him come behind him. Bop, 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 bop. Grab his hair, hit him. Wasn't nothing I could do. We ain't had that pack. We ain't had that element to where we had each other back. I did want to jump in it. For a second, I walked towards it, but then I'm like, nah. Macintosh Ill on the yard, he looking at me. I'm like, damn, you know what? Got to stay up out of it. It ain't got nothing to do with me. And I told him, I warned him. I said, bro, you got to stop being divisive, bro. But they hit bro about 15 times, bro, with some, it was some BS stuff. He didn't really have no deep puncture wounds or nothing. It was blood on the snow, but it wasn't that bad, you know what I'm saying? But they got him off. They got him off the yard. He ended up eventually converting into a Moorish American, and he did get back at the next joint. I heard he got back, got like two of them at the same time, real good. And after that, he converted to Moorish American, and I guess been ticket free ever since then. I haven't really spoke to him since, but that's the story, man. Like, when they come up for election time to be in those positions of power, those positions manifest a lot of envy. Dudes will do a lot of things to you to get you out the way. And they might not even do it directly. They might pay a guy, like it's it could be two candidates, man. It could be Trump and Biden. To get Trump out the way, he might go put something under his bed. He might write a kite on him, tell on him, you know what I'm saying? Get him out the way, get it so everybody can just vote for him and put him in that position, because you control who do this, who do that. You don't really have to put in work like that. You control the finances of the group, whether they're getting in drugs, whether they're getting commissary, whether they're doing extortion. You control the plays, you control the narrative. So a lot of guys would be like, before they get the position of power, yeah, man, we on righteous, we gonna follow law, we gonna get money, we ain't doing this, and that, we don't do this, we growth and development, we positive people. But as soon as they get the positions, hey, go rob him, hey, go take this out of his room, hey, go take his TV, we gonna split the money, hey, I gotta sell for that TV, bro. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they get in position, it go nuts. But the people who really struggle with that MDOC is the Moorish Americans for power. It can get nasty, ugly, but usually it don't go nowhere with us. Or when I was a part of the movement, GDs do it a lot, and Bloods. Everybody else seemed to be like, man, whoever got the most knowledge and suitable for leading us, that's who do it. Like like the Sunnis, the Imams. It's whoever he who know the Quran the best, whoever can propagate the faith the best. That's who go, and they move very, very, very militant and structured and stuff like that. Not saying the Moors don't. I'm just saying once we get past that little power stuff, that little power struggle, it'll be all smooth running. I mean, it'll be little hiccups here, and there, but the guy that's in power, he usually keep peace on the yard, usually keep people out of trouble, he usually keep us safe, usually keep weaponry for, finances good. Everything be lovely. But when it's not, it can get real bad and ugly, especially with the Moors, because them boys, like the Melanics, when they hit, they hitting. A lot of them, when they hit, it's no just, here go a little poke, get off the yard. You know what I'm saying? Here, let me teach you a little lesson. Them boys might try to catch a body. Ain't no doubt about it. I never seen, guys hit like the Moors and Melanics in the nation. Them boys hit for real, man. But I just want to tell you that story, man. Peace and blessings be upon y'all. Big old 5.